afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I am Kate Glazer. You may recognize me from my time here with Chelsea, talking about my organization, Hope Rises, and telling the incredible stories from the 716 and beyond. Today, Chelsea is on her way to compete for the title of Miss New York State, and we are all rooting for her and so excited to see what is next. Our first guests today are also veterans of the Daytime Buffalo set. I would like to welcome Kimberly LaRussa of Sweet Buffalo and Julie Starr of Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
So talk about this adorable pup. Who did you bring with you today?
So this is Gracie. Gracie's about 6 months old. You can see she's got a lot of puppy energy this morning.
She certainly does.
She's a lab pit mix. She came all the way from Georgia. Unfortunately, her start to life wasn't so great. She was starved and kept in a crate. So our wonderful foster saved her, and we brought her up here, and now she's looking for her forever home.
That's amazing. Talk a little bit about Buddy's Second Chance and what you do in the community and how you help dogs and really dogs like Gracie.
Yeah, so we pull from high kill shelters in Texas and Georgia, but we've also made it our mission recently to help our local shelters also. We've been trying to pull from Buffalo City Animal Shelter. We've been taking a lot of local dogs that need to be surrendered. Good morning. So we've been really trying to help the community more and more, and with our local surrender program, what we do is we try to keep the dogs in the home until we find them their forever home. So it's a great way to not shuffle the dogs around and keep the dogs out of the shelter system.
Absolutely. You're doing so much in the community. And Kim, you've been doing so much with Buddy's Second Chance. Talk about how Sweet Buffalo comes into the mix and how you're really helping to elevate Julie's mission and really finding these dogs homes.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to help dogs, and through Sweet Buffalo, we're able to share their dog stories on our platform and help fundraise for them. But what Julie is great is she actually helps the kids with Sweet Buffalo too. So whenever we have an event with kids battling cancer, or kids who are bullied, or kids who just need a smile, I reach out to Julie and I say, hey, would Buddy's be willing to bring some puppies? And she says her fosters are so excited to do it. You know, dogs give us so much. We rescue them, but I feel like they rescue us too.
Absolutely.
So the fact that these dogs come here and they're coming from kill shelters and they're being rescued, but then they come here and they're bringing smiles to children. How beautiful is that?
It's amazing, and you guys do so much for so many in the community. Let's go back to Gracie and talk a little bit about her. What kind of dog is she? How old is she? Talk about her temperament. Obviously, she's very energetic, but she is a puppy. So
True.
Let's go back to Gracie.
So Gracie's about 5-6 months old. She's a lab pit mix. She's great with other dogs. She actually isn't always like this. I think she's getting a little anxious being out here, but she's a great snuggler. She's house trained. She's crate trained. She knows sit. And she's great with kids. She spent all yesterday night at an event with a bunch of kids, walking her around, talking about her, and she did fantastic. She's roughly about 20 pounds right now. I definitely think she'll fill out a little bit more as she gets older, maybe be, you know, a good 45, 50-pound dog.
Wonderful. And cats, is that a yes or a no?
Unfortunately, her foster home does not have cats, so we don't know that for sure. But we always do introductions in the home when you apply to adopt, and if you're interested in Grace, you would bring her to the house and she would meet your animals and your children and all the family in the house.
Wonderful. And let's say someone who's watching falls in love with Gracie. How does that come together? What do you do in that process?
So they would apply at buddysrescue.org. They would put Gracie down as the dog they're interested or just pre-approval, and then they could get on the list to meet her, and the foster would come to the home with her.
Wonderful. And Kim, I know that you do a lot trying to display these animals, and you just posted about 20 dogs coming up from Texas. Why is it important to really share these stories and to really get dogs in these homes that are abandoned?
I don't think people realize sometimes what goes into this to saving these dogs. They have like seconds left to live. So Julie goes on, her fosters go on, and you scroll through all these photos of these dogs that are going to be euthanized at a kill shelter simply because they don't have the space, even puppies. So the fact that, you know, Buddy's is here and they're bringing these dogs to Western New York and they have so many fosters and adopters is really an incredible mission that I think everyone should support.
And talk about some events coming up for Buddy's, because you guys have your new facility. There's so much going on. I feel like I see Buddy's everywhere, and Sweet Buffalo, you've done such a great job really elevating this mission. So talk about some events coming up that people can really support you.
So this weekend we'll actually be at Clarence Park in the Park, which is a huge event with lots of other rescues, lots of vendors. And then Sunday we actually have puppy yoga at the Serenity Salt Cave in Amherst. So we're looking forward to that. And in the next month, hopefully sooner, our new dog daycare should be open to the public, and this is going to be a subsidized income for the rescue. So any money that comes in for the daycare, so if you bring your dog to daycare, the money and profits from the daycare will go right back into saving more dogs.
Wonderful. And the power of fostering. Let's talk about that too,
Yeah.
because you don't just have to pull money out of your wallet. You can really offer to foster or volunteer.
Yeah.
So talk about that too if someone's interested in really helping dogs like Gracie.
So fostering doesn't cost you anything. All we ask is that it costs you some love in your home until we get the dog adopted. We provide everything: vetting, crates, food, toys, treats, anything you can think of as far as supplies, we provide to our fosters. You pick the dog that you want to foster. We don't put a dog in your home unless you're okay with it. We have a huge support system. We actually call our rescue a rescue family. So we want to be there for support for our fosters. And as you can see, you can pick any type of dog you want, puppy up to, we get dogs as old as 10, 12 years old.
Absolutely. So if you would like to bring Gracie home or just learn more about Buddy's Second Chance, just head over to their website at buddiesrescue.org.